Chicago, the Windy City. I once heard someone say Chicago is a facade of skyscrapers, and behind that facade, anything goes. I am certainly not immune to this. My name is Detective Lexor Mendez, but my friends call me Lex. I am attending a small charity event hosted by Terrence Whitfield, the richest man on the north side of the city. He's bought out half the town, myself included. That's Remington Gray, the richest man on the south side of the city, Terrence's main rival. Remy has made his money by marketing himself as a family man from the wrong side of the tracks. But only a handful of people know that is not his wife, but his mistress, Delilah Sachs. I don't know much about her besides the domestic violence reports I hear from fellow officers. And that is Marilyn Tiddley, with the smoothest eyes on the south side of the globe, the most beautiful dame I ever knew. That's William Gabriel. He doesn't know how this town is run, and he doesn't know how to talk to a lady.
What are you doing here tonight?
I'm just donating money, then going home to my lizards.
Well, ain't nobody got time for that. You have to be the moment. Grab it while it's here.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Never would have expected to see such a vibrant guy like you in such a boring party.
I couldn't pass up the opportunity to see you make such a fool of yourself in front of all your philanthropists.
We haven't seen each other since Indianapolis.
I know. I couldn't stop thinking about you. Every time I close my eyes, you're all I can see.
We're quite the woman.
I am quite the woman.
Yes, indeed, but why are you really here?
Not on a date, if that's what you're asking. I simply just came here to see you again.
Well, here I am. What now?
Well, you left these at my place last time you were here. Thought we might see if they still fit.
Sorry, Miss Tiddley, but I need to borrow our knight in shining armor.
Bring him back safely.
Will do, ma'am.
That woman. We have a history that goes back to before I was a detective. I'd always go and pick her up and we would play chicken with the trains. I can honestly say I've known her longer than anyone else in the world. And yet, I know her the least. I've never been married, but if I were, it would be to her.
You got it?
It was positively juicy. You haven't told Remy, have you?
No, he would kill me.
Oh, you got some spare strings on your dress. Let me get those for you.
A knife?
Oh, it's Chicago. You gotta be prepared.
Business.
It's always business. And business has always been more important to me.
Marilyn, you know this situation, man. You know this city I'm in.
The Windy City. Always blowing you away. Lex, I want to be with you.
Babe, everyone's got a system they must live by.
The system stays in Chicago. You don't have to.
Remington is also a hothead. This will one day be his undoing. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He's a scumbag. Why do you stay with him?
He's my man. And it was my fault that he hit me. I provoked him.
You shouldn't say that. He shouldn't ever have laid a finger on you. And he never will again.
Thanks, mister. Could we go somewhere further away? I sound like a wounded mockingbird over here.
Sure. She's alright. Just a bit shaken up.
I'm sure she is.
Hey, could you wait here for a second? You look good with these jorts on.
I'll just get a neck.
Well, that was awkward. At least he knows I'm ripped now. It was a lovely fundraiser, and all was going swell until it happened.
Excuse me, detective, can you come with me? It's an emergency.
Delilah?
Yes, sir. Strangled. There's an imprint on her neck which would suggest that the killer was wearing a ring on his right index finger.
Could have taken off by now. I was talking to her just 10 minutes ago.
Well, sir, you have 10 minutes to account for it. The manager is depending on you to be discreet.
Thank you. Could you give Miss Tittlade a drink?
Absolutely, sir.
10 minutes ago, I saw her, a battered broad. Now here she is, a mortified miss, who went before her time. It just goes to show that one minute you think everything's fine, then the next you're killed by the one you love most. I need to act quickly and interrogate anyone I think could be a suspect. The obvious choice is...
Remington Gray, I need to ask you a few questions.
Hey man, I'm trying to find Delilah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
She's dead. Try to keep this quiet.
You know who killed her?
You, Remy.
Me? Man, I should have you arrested for slander.
You have a family back home. A reputation. You obviously had some sort of altercation with Miss Sachs.
Man, get out of my face.
There are other suspects. Next, Terrence Whitfield, Remy's rival. He would kill me if I suggested such a thing. If it was him who planned it, it would not have been him to execute. He always lets his goons do his dirty work. So next would be Marilyn Tittlade. Marilyn, where did you go while I was in the bathroom?
Oh, I was sitting right here wondering what was taking you so long.
Can anyone vouch for that?
Oh, no one was with me, if that's what you were asking.
But can anyone vouch for you? The waiter, maybe?
The waiter? No. He was probably off with that little homewrecker, Delilah.
What? What are you talking about?
Delilah and the waiter are involved. She told me so while you were off talking with Terry.
In this awful town, you can't count anyone out. Every waiter's as crooked as the next murderer. Sometimes they're one and the same.
Let me go! You murdered Delilah. You showed me her body to draw attention away from you. You were in love with her, weren't you?
Yes, but I didn't kill her. I loved her.
Yet when she wouldn't leave Remy to be with you, you snapped. You couldn't handle it.
Listen, I didn't kill her. Please, you gotta believe me. I have proof. The manager went with me when I went to go check on her. He went with me just to make sure that was the only thing I was doing. And when I saw her, her body was there. You gotta believe me.
Then why are you leaving?
Because it made me think of Delilah, and I just can't take it anymore.
Stay here while I get the manager.
Yeah, girl, what you need? Okay.
Remy, who's on the phone?
None of your business, Popo.
No, I think it is my business.
Fine, it's my wife. I want to see how she was doing.
Your wife? You mean your wife that doesn't know about your other mistress?
Yes, I already knew that. But I needed him to act hostile and therefore seem guilty.
Skedaddle off, detective.
Empty your pockets.
What?
Empty your pockets. I could have had you arrested right now for murder, and your pants would be evidence, and you know what I can do. Don't act stupid. Dear Remy, I'm tired of all these games. If you don't tell your family about us, I will. Love, Delilah. Oh look, a ring on the index finger. But
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Sure, well, just make it quick. Got a dame waiting for me.
I heard that you were questioning me about Miss Sachs' murder, and I was wondering why you were pretending not to know who did it. 'Cause I saw you near the scene, and I heard a struggle, and I saw you walking from where she was coming.
He was getting too close to the truth. He might have even seen me slip that note into Remy's pocket. What can I say? I'm not out of Chicago yet. Anything goes, right?
I found you.
Hey Marilyn, why don't you say we just skip town?
Lex, you have made me the happiest woman I know.
I should be thanking you. We could just run.
I saw you in that homewrecker.
Sweetheart.
As I always say, Chicago is a facade of skyscrapers, and behind that facade, anything goes.